Greetings, my fellow Narcadians. It is I, Talsar Gelden, Master of the Narcadian Order, and we are playing Diablo III. Season 11 just started, and I just bought this game recently. I've been putting off buying it for, well, since the game came out, mostly because I'm a Necro fanboy. I like the necromancer, and since he was absent from this game, I didn't buy it. But they just added the necromancer in for season 11, so I finally decided, you know what? Yeah, let's go and give it a shot. Yeah, so here we are.
I am near the fallen star, and the dead it raised.
One thing that I have learned in my time playing this off, not recording, is that the necromancer works differently. Actually, a lot of things in general seem to work a lot differently than they did in Diablo II. One thing is different is that there are no more skill trees. How in Diablo II you had this long tree of skills that you could, pick and choose, customize your character how you wanted. Well, in this, that doesn't really exist. For instance, these are your primary attacks, so you don't actually use your weapon to attack like you did before. Your damage and any other modifiers your weapon may have gets applied to these attacks. And one thing these attacks will do, and this is also something that they have changed, there aren't any more potions in this game. In past games you had both, health potions and mana potions. Those don't exist anymore. So what happens instead when you do a primary attack, you generate essence, which is mana, and you use that on your secondary attacks, which you will unlock at level 2, starting with the Bone Spear. And for health potions, you have this down here, which is a 30-second cooldown. There are health shrines, and occasionally enemies will drop... Nick the Brawler, okay, he's in the town. And occasionally enemies will drop things called health globes, and they're kind of like little health potions you can just pick up and use immediately, and they'll be applied to you and any of your minions. Also, these are additional skills that get unlocked as you level up. I'll demonstrate those when we get there. Okay, you see that right there? That's a health globe.
I have come to aid these lands. Where is the fallen star?
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them
The
back.
dead should stay dead.
They keep coming.
You shall not escape death twice.
Rathma has...
I've never seen anyone fight like that before. Guards, open the gates.
You've clearly never seen a necromancer before, peasant. So, we now have a new skill, Bone Spear, which unlocked, as I said, at level 2. And there are other skills you can unlock. Bone Mage, which works differently than it did in Diablo 2, and here you summon one of these. Actually, you can summon as many as you want as long as you have the essence for it, but they have a time limit. They only last for probably about 10 seconds. Not very long, but they can be useful, especially if you're going with a melee type of build. Right now, with how I'm set up, Bone Spikes and Bone Spear work really good in tandem. Death Nova is also good to use if you're using a melee-focused character, because it unleashes an area of effect attack. Now let me show you what your prime... Oh yeah, I did show you these, didn't I? Yeah, Grim Scythe is a melee attack. It does about a 45-degree arc sweep in front of you, and Blood Siphon is a sustained attack on a single enemy, and it will restore your health. Also works good in tandem with Bone Spear. And as you can see right here, you can unlock runes. What these will do, they will add modifiers to your attack, and there are runes for both your primary and secondary attacks. These are your skills that will unlock to go down here in this quick bar. and passive skills, which you can unlock as you level up. Inventory. They've changed a few things with the inventory. One thing that I'm glad that they've changed is how many slots an item takes up. Most items that I have seen only take up 2 slots. Small items like belts only take up 1. They've also added 3 additional slots: legs, shoulders, and wrist. Alright, let's go into town here and find Leia at the what was it called? This is the waypoint, and that's my banner. Slaughtered Calf. Not a great name, all things considered.
Are you Leah? Did you survive the fallen star?
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but... Watch out! The wounded are turning!
Pathetic fools.
This is killing business.
Yes, killing your patrons would be rather detrimental to your business, now wouldn't it?
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
Yes. That is why I am here.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
Alright, Leia's room.
We've been under siege for 6 days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith, but if help doesn't arrive soon...
So here's a little bit of information for you. Back when Diablo III was first announced, I decided to try and work on a piece of fan fiction using my necromancer character from Diablo II. And I'm actually kind of surprised on how much information I got right based upon the trailer, because the trailer didn't really give you a whole lot of information. You saw Leia, you didn't know what her name was, you didn't know what her relationship was to Cain, but I already hypothesized that she was his niece. I didn't know and how they were related specifically, because as far as I know, Cain had no relatives. I had her as coming from like this small little village that had a priest that absolutely hated magic, thought it was completely unholy and corrupting, and she was born with natural magical talent because she is a descendant of Haradrim blood, and as such she always felt that she was cursed. At some point her village was attacked and she came to live with Deckard Cain. And I had rebuilt the Tristram, the original town of Tristram, to be a major stopping off point between Westmarch and Lut Ghilaine as a trading route over the Candoris Mountains. And that's really about as far as I built it up. If I might be able to find the original text. If I do, I can try and post it down in the comments in the description if anyone wants to read it.
Militiamen went out.
Cain's house is now open. His bedroom. This is a nice little detail that they added, is a wash tub. You don't often see that in games. But clearly Deckard doesn't really care much about privacy, because here is the study, which I believe would have originally had been a bedroom.
We have come at last to Tristram's old cathedral. This is where Diablo, Lord of Terror, first corrupted mankind. This is where I may finally find the answers I seek. Leah worries after my safety, but I believe information vital to defeating the last lords of the burning hells can be found here.
I wonder, how old is Deckard Cain, because he was old in Diablo 1. I mean, as near as I can tell, this game takes place maybe 20 or more years after Diablo 2, so the guy's got to be pushing at least 80, if not more. And quite frankly, I have to hand it to him, he seems to be staying spry in his old age.
I came here to study the fall of old Tristram. This is closer to the town's history than I want to be.
The dead have been a bane on our existence since that cursed fire fell. We have to burn them, just to make sure they don't rise from the grave.
I will bring peace to the risen dead.
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
I have experience in these matters.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
There! That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
I, Deckard Cain, have spent many years traveling and writing about the strange creatures in our world, but the sight of the wretched mothers still haunts me. They are the remnants of Queen Asilla's slaughtered handmaidens who were twisted by foul magic. Now they feast upon cadavers and regurgitate them as newly formed, risen dead.
That's a disturbing image. I have to hand it to these guys. Haven't only been here for, be under siege like this for, according to Leia, 6 days, although there's no telling when that entry was written, so it could have been longer than 6 days. But, they seem to get a nice barricade and stockade up pretty fast.
Told us the dead were pouring out of the cathedral. We quickly went to put an end to it. At first it seemed we were succeeding, but they just kept coming. We were overcome. Captain Dalton and the men fought valiantly. They protected me. I am no soldier. I was a farmer. I should not have been out there with them. I do not know how I made it back here. None of the others did. Now, somehow, I'm supposed to lead the militia.
Yeah, that's the thing when you're dealing with undead. They swell in numbers from your losses. As long as there's any living people around, they are legion. As long as there's to quote come on.
I will never forget the first time I saw these horrors shambling out of the misty woods. Our loved ones, buried long ago, rose from their graves and began to attack the living. However, the risen dead were only the beginning.
To quote Cain from the Legacy of Cain series, "As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion." And that's what the undead are. As long as one of them stands, they are legion. Because they can create more. That was not my best impression of Cain, but oh, ow, ankle biter. Ah, and that's open. Great. Sometimes it's closed. Damn it! Come on. Filled crystal. I think that's a crafting component. Yeah, crafting is something new that they've added. I've not tried it yet myself. Another Veld crystal. Some gold, and what did I pick up? Gloves. That's actually marginally better when I'm using. Ah, chest. More gold. Thank you. And what did I grab? Okay, I'm over here. Oh, damn it!
My master would take pride in this.
Here, reader, I am Abdalhazir, adventurer, scholar, and researcher. I share my knowledge of this incredible world and its creatures through my insightful missives, often at grave risk to myself. Why, I was recently in Kanduras, where my tents were ransacked by vicious quill fiends. I was able to beat them off with a shoe, but a less bold man would have fared far worse.
While exploring a cave with hopes of finding hidden treasure, I came upon a most grisly sight. A heap of dead bodies. Unbelievably, as I was searching them for any items of value, they began to rise. I must tell them of this in New Tristram before it's too late.
Looks like you didn't make it very far. Wonder if I can find that cave. Whoa! That's a lot of gold. Well. Reasonable parts, and what do we have here? Nice. I wish I had a better armor rating, though. I'll take what I can get. Alright. Yeah, I can't use that for a different class. Alright, what else do we have here? That's pretty much the same thing I already have. Buckler, yeah, better than nothing.
This is done.
A lot of them around here, holy crap.
Your death nears.
Okay. Let's see. Do I have anything new? I have gloves. Yeah, that bone spear is a great skill to use. Holy crap.
The grave beckons.
Is there anything down here? No chests? Oh man, what a waste of time. Old Tristram.
Old Tristram. Diablo once walked these lands.
And completed that quest.
Rathma has blessed me.
And corpse explosion. Oh, I was going to try and use it. And here we are, the old town well of Old Tristram. So this makes this area the inn. Sometimes the cellar's open. Griswold Forge. This is where the healer lived. see where else. Of course, Wart's body is long since gone, so no massive piles of gold there. It's really all about there is here. You know, in Diablo 2, this was a really good place to come and farm out all the time in early levels, because the mobs here give you a lot of XP, and they had a lot of good loot. Alright. Shit. I hate when I do that. Alright, well, I'm going to end this here. Thank you for watching. Tune in next time.